streets were the same, vendors shouting, engines humming, people rushing. But underneath it all, there was a quiet tension, like the air itself was holding its breath. At the center of it all stood a man. He wasn't powerful in the usual sense. No wealth, no army, no title carved in stone. But people listened when he spoke. Not because he demanded it, because something in his words made them feel seen. He talked about kindness like it was strength, about truth like it was freedom, about choosing good even when it cost you everything. Some followed him, others hated him for it. And that day, the ones who feared him most decided he had to be silenced. They dragged him through the streets. The same people who once listened now watched. Some cried, some turned away. Some stayed silent, not because they agreed, but because they were afraid. High above, unseen by any eye, something vast observed, not with anger, not with interference, just watching. It could have stopped everything. With a thought, the crowd could have scattered, the chains could have broken, the voices of hate could have dissolved into nothing. But none of that happened. Instead, it allowed the moment to unfold, not out of cruelty, but out of something harder to understand. Because if every wrong action were erased instantly, then no choice would ever be real. If every pain were prevented, then no love would ever be proven. If every path were forced toward good, then goodness would mean nothing at all. So it watched, not distant, not uncaring, but choosing restraint. As the man struggled, he didn't curse the crowd. He didn't beg for escape. He looked at them the same way he always had, with understanding even now. That confused people more than anything. Why doesn't he fight back? Someone whispered. Why doesn't something stop this? Another asked. No answer came from the sky, only silence. But in that silence, something deeper was happening. The ones who loved him felt their hearts break, but also grow stronger. The ones who hated him felt something uneasy creep in, doubt. And the ones who stood in between, doing nothing, felt the weight of their silence settle into something they would remember for the rest of their lives. By the time it was over, the city hadn't changed, but the people had. Some walked away hardened, some walked away awakened, some carried guilt, some carried purpose. And above it all, that unseen presence remained, still silent, still watching. Not because it didn't care, but because it had already given the world something more powerful than intervention, the ability to choose. And on that day, humanity answered, not in words, but in actions. Some chose fear, some chose cruelty, some chose love. And that answer echoed louder than any voice from above ever could.